Welcome to Beefed Up, brought to you by Uber Eats, the show where we put Premier League fans head-to-head in a series of debates. The winner will be rewarded with a £100 voucher from our good friends at Uber Eats to create the ultimate match day experience. I'm your host, Specs, and in honor of the big game between Liverpool and Chelsea, I put together Rory and Laurence in a series of explosive debates. We're going to be talking about who's the better manager, Mourinho and Klopp. We're going to combine both teams, or combine 11. But the first debate is very simple. Who had the worst season, Liverpool or Chelsea?
Look, it's tight. There's not much between the two, but I think the reason the answer is Liverpool. Liverpool have had a worse season than Chelsea. It's one word. It's expectation. At the beginning of the season, I thought that Liverpool were going to romp the league. I thought that they were going to retain the Premier League title for the first time in their history. You were the best team in the league last year. You then had what was it called? It was called something. It was called something amazing. The transfer window. I forget the terminology, but it was effectively seen as being the best transfer window that anyone had ever had.
Spending a boatload. I think it was.
You were champions. You were the best team in the country.
Yeah.
You then went and signed Wirtz, Issa. It was meant to be so much more.
Yeah.
And therefore, just the expectation of what I assumed Liverpool would do compared to the reality means Liverpool have had a worse season.
I would agree with a lot of what you're saying about Liverpool. I do think we've had a bad season. But I think you guys have been gaslit into accepting a season like this. Maybe not you specifically.
No, you're right.
Because no one really knows where Chelsea ever is, no one really knows what the expectation is. And I think they've lowered your expectations season on season on season to just expect, we'll just do something. Here's what proves to me we've had a better season than you. All of our players are still talking about staying, and in fact, a few of the players who were talking about going, Kanate, etc., even Soboslai, are now making very different noises.
Yeah.
At the international break, everyone was saying, well, we'll see, maybe there's a contract in it for me. Everyone during the international break left Chelsea and went, you'll never guess where I want to go.
Totally agree. Chelsea are in a worse place. Chelsea are in a worse place, no doubt.
Yeah. But that's because of this season.
I'm going back to the expectation. If you'd said to me at the beginning of the season, by the time the season wraps up, I think we're going to finish below Brentford and Everton. So I think we finish maybe 8th, maybe 9th.
You can finish bottom half.
If you'd said, we can. No, we can.
We're not finishing bottom half.
We can, no doubt.
Yeah.
But if you'd said to me at the beginning of the season, Chelsea are going to finish 9th, I would have gone, plausible. I don't necessarily agree, but plausible.
Even with
if I said you were going to finish 5th, you'd have gone impossible. You might. If I said I thought you'd win the league. But if you didn't win the league, it was 2nd, wasn't it? Like, it was never 5th. Liverpool was supposed to retain a league.
Yep.
They had the best transfer window. I think it was Henry Winter, a lauded journalist, excellent at his work.
Yeah,
he actually borrowed the phrase. You know, if whatever it is did transfer windows, this is it. Probably the best transfer window of all
time.
time.
But that can still play out. There is one transfer window is not for one season. This transfer window was buying people that would see us right for 6, 7 seasons potentially. Henry Winter said that, saying we've secured the future of the club, not this season. And the fact that we're going into next season basically saying...
Don't allow that. You're the boss. You're the governor. Specs is the governor. Specs, you're the governor, man. You're sitting there.
So when you bought Issa, you were thinking about 5 years.
Exactly.
I was thinking about the next 5 years.
It's about retaining the league title and winning the Champions League in Budapest.
Obviously, for your argument, that makes sense.
No, but that's what it was.
Yes, but let's be honest, Rory. Also this season, if we're talking about expectations, Chelsea's expectation was very much that they would have... They'd be one of the also-rans. You're not the front runner to be in there. But if Arsenal drop away, if City drop away, we'll be the guys who finish.
I would have probably said, off the back of the Club World Cup and whatever else, I would have probably said 5th or above. I think you would have said 2nd or above.
And I get that. But the problem is, you are nowhere near 5th or above. We are... I mean, we're a couple of games where we've literally just had terrible games. I think we can identify every one of our issues, and that's how you know we've had a season which is bad, but ultimately
when you
is
sign
better.
Ekitike, Isak, Frimpong, Kirkes, off the back of winning a league, and you end the season with 0 trophies. Bear in mind, we were all saying they're going to retain the league. We were all, I think that if people are honest and you go back to their predictions pre-season, 90% of people that were talking about football were saying Liverpool were going to win the league.
That's what I thought.
They were out of the league. They were out of the title race by Christmas.
What was your expectations for Chelsea, though?
I was quite optimistic because of what happened in the summer, but we signed Garnacho and Buonanotte. We went into a season, Levi Cole was injured. We didn't sign a centre-half. Robert Sanchez was still our goalkeeper. Liam Delap is one of the worst footballers I've ever seen play for Chelsea, and he's up front. There were so many reasons where it was obviously going to go wrong for Chelsea, but I was biased. Whereas it was all meant to go well for Liverpool. Isak, I was arguing, was a better player last season than Haaland. Ekatike, one of the most prodigious, exciting talents in world football. Wirtz, 125 million quid. How many German caps at his tender age? Liverpool have had a worse season, I'm convinced.
If we've had a worse season and we still finish in the Champions League spots, I just don't think those two things compute. The fact that we are going into next season and we're basically saying we can still win the Premier League title next season, whether we massively change our squad or not in the summer, I think tells us that we have had a better season.
I would say that
than
makes
you
it a
guys.
worse season, because you're saying that the players could easily win the league next season, which means that what on earth have they done this season? We need total replenishments. You're happy with your squad.
Maresca was a manager who, when you looked at that squad, you went, he's brought in functional players for a functional manager. And someone who wanted basically two players in every position, which, harks back to the Mourinho, Rafa Benitez days for both you and I, where they just wanted players where you go, bring off this guy, bring similar player on, or someone who changes the game a different way. That squad was built for him.
We signed Jamie Gittins, Liam Delap, Alejandro Garnacho, players that are never going to win you a league title.
But to go around players who you'd spent equal amounts of money to the amount we spent on Wirtz and Isak and all those guys. So you'd had your big spend in summer. This was the one to get players who were happy to go in and out of a team, rotate, and basically be bodies that could enable the other people. Those other people haven't stepped up, and that's why your season is so bad. And not only have those people not stepped up, those people have then gone, this has been great, but I think Madrid is warm. And that's not just one player, that's all the players that Liverpool fans went, I wish we got that guy. Caicedo, no reason for him not to look at the door. Enzo, I mean, however much money you're going to get for him, it's not going to be what you paid for him. Cucurella, he's definitely looking to go and get a hair tan. Like, there is so much going on with your exits. And I know you hold the cards with the contracts and stuff, but I think that's irrelevant to those players.
Chelsea are a failing club. But judging this season, who has had a worse season, Chelsea will end the season somewhere above 9th. Liverpool will end the season somewhere above 6th.
Then put it this way.
There's not much between us.
We still go into, in terms of spend, we still go into this season having spent still less than you guys have spent in the past however many transfer
but
windows,
you've got to analyse it. You've bought Alexander Isak, Premier League proven centre forward.
Totally.
We've bought
He's barely
Jamie
played.
Gittins, who couldn't get in a Dortmund
Yeah, but
team.
Isak has barely played.
But in terms of what we expected, you bought players that were Premier League proven, excellent footballers, best in class. Best in class.
I agree.
We were signing players that we can ultimately flip for value.
And I totally get that, but the point is that you are still flipping up, and you still have some of what we would have said were best in class priced players, even if they're not actually best in class.
We've signed 60 players. I would say that you couldn't name 6 of them that have been good.
That's just poor knowledge on my part. but broadly, the point is that Liverpool have spent enough that over the next couple of years we'll be absolutely fine. And we're going to be in the Champions League next year. You have let go of every hope that you have of building this anything further. And we have just gone, bad season, but we'll see what happens next year. And that is why we had a better season.
Time. I have to make a decision. I listened to every word you both said.
I really hope so.
No, I did.
Yeah,
I was
be
focused.
rude if you
Sort of
didn't.
paid to be here for that. That's sort of your job.
I was,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
sometimes I think about my uncle in Kenya and stuff.
Yeah. Me too, actually. How is he? Is he good?
I'm going to give the first point for the first debate to Rory Jennings.
Get up there. Get up there.
Next up, how many Liverpool players get into an all-time Premier League combined 11 of Chelsea and Liverpool?
Alisson versus Cech. I can name a bunch of stats that will basically tell you Alisson is the better goalkeeper, but I think Cech had the longer career. Alisson is responsible for the biggest amount of goals stopped based on how many goals were expected that season, which was as good as for Liverpool buying a striker who scored 20 goals that season. That's unbeaten by any other Premier League goalkeeper. It's like 18.97. So that's the same as basically buying another Mo Salah or another Bobby Firmino or another Sadio Mane in that time. How much would you spend on that?
Yeah. No, look, he's a wonderful goalkeeper, Alisson, but the answer's Cech. It's all very there's loads of things that we could talk about Alisson. We could talk about his contribution to the team, what he's won. We could talk about it for hours, and I would agree with everything. But he's not a better goalkeeper than Petr Cech. Petr Cech was at the epicenter of a team that conceded 15 goals in a Premier League season.
Yeah, but that was because they played about 15 feet deeper.
He was, well, I mean, whatever the reasons.
But
Won the league.
But overall, back then, football was
buzz.
way less of a scoring game back then. 1-0 was a much more common scoreline.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, there was seasons where Cech was our goalkeeper. We scored over 100 goals. Like we scored over 100 goals, won the double, and Cech was our goalkeeper.
And I think I'm going to go with Alisson.
Really?
Yeah, when I used to be an Arsenal fan, we took check off you and we didn't get the check.
Yeah, there was an amazing moment, wasn't there, when he was at Arsenal, when Fabregas was playing for us and lobbed check playing for you. It's just like an amazing
Got the
moment.
check, should have kept the receipt.
Go 4-3-3, so right back.
Go 4-3-3. Right back, who would you put forward?
I would put forward Branislav Ivanovic.
Okay, so you're putting forward a more defensively minded guy. I've got
A more defensively minded guy who scored 2 goals at Anfield in the Champions League quarter-final.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can obviously put forward Trent Alexander-Arnold. Fantastic. The most ever assists from a fullback in the Premier League. A game-changing player, someone who changed the position fundamentally.
Changed the game in Paris when Vinicius Junior had the freedom of the city of love.
Also
Certainly changed that
changed the game at Anfield when we won 4-0 against Barcelona. Could you name kind of...
He took a corner. Like, it was a good corner. He did take a good corner. I'll give him that.
To be fair,
Took a corner.
I think he did a bit more than take one good corner. But yeah, he was against some of the best players in the world. on that night.
Branislav, it depends what you want. Branislav Ivanovic won Chelsea, scoring in the last minute in Amsterdam, the Europa League. We're on our way to winning the Champions League. We beat Napoli, 4-3, extra time goal. Branislav Ivanovic going away to Anfield. We won 3-1 in a Champions League knockout tie when away goals counted. Branislav
Scores
Ivanovic.
in important games. Okay.
Trent did very similar. I mean, Trent literally made Mo Salah one of the best players
That's the
in
thing.
Premier League history. I'd argue there's that as well. Although I know you do appreciate a very solid fullback himself.
Was Trent Alexander-Arnold a better right back than Branislav Ivanovic?
I think he was a better fullback if you think of a modern fullback. But if you're talking about a traditional fullback, where he probably could have played in Sir Alex Ferguson's teams back in the mid-90s, he's not that player. But I think there's not one manager in the Premier League who wouldn't have said, I want Trent in my side, because if we give up a goal, he's going to get you 2.
I think I'm going to go Trent Murray.
Okay, 2-0 Liverpool.
We
We just
don't
go
need-
Ashley Cole left back.
Robertson's a pretty solid argument for Premier League fullbacks. Robbo, in his era, is the Ashley Cole of this era.
He's a B-Tech version of Ashley Cole,
What makes him B-Tech?
not being as good as.
Which version of the game do you not think he's as good at? He has more assists than Ashley Cole ever got in the Premier League.
Every aspect of football. Ashley Cole was the only fullback really that could ever totally shut down Cristiano Ronaldo. Do you remember all that when he was gesturing to Cristiano Ronaldo? Had him in a
all
pocket.
that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was doing the same thing for England that he was doing for Chelsea. He was the biggest game player that you could possibly get. You think of his moment in Munich, the Germans don't lose on penalties, they do now. Ashley Cole scoring a penalty in that game. If you want to compare Andy Robertson to other footballers, you can do it. But you would never go, who's better, Andy Robertson or Paolo Maldini? Because they don't play the same game. Ashley Cole is comparable to Maldini. Andy Robertson is excellent, but he's probably not even the second or third best Premier League left back.
So who would you say is?
I'd say Dennis Irwin, Patrice Evra. Andy Robertson doesn't play the same sport as Ashley Cole. They're not in the same.
They quite literally do play this.
No, they don't play it the same way. Ashley Cole,
I think I'm going to have to go Ashley Cole.
Centre backs. Okay.
I think you go one from one, you go one from the other. So you go Van Dijk alongside John Terry, but you might not put John Terry forward.
John Terry's like undoubtedly in. John Terry's superior than Van Dijk in every single sense.
Every single
sense. On the ball, composure, passing ability, short passing, long passing. Virgil van Dijk is a faster run. Is Virgil van Dijk better than Ricardo Carvalho?
I mean, you laughed. Do I even need to?
Well, are you serious? You put that
I'm
forward?
being really
We're
serious.
really asking that.
I'm being really serious.
No, well then go ahead.
Yeah, back it up.
No, I don't. I'm asking the question. I think that Ricardo Carvalho is superior. Genuinely, I don't get this whole Van Dijk thing. I really don't. I think he's the best centre back of today. I think he's the best around at the moment. The Premier League's greatest centre back now.
No one ever said that of Carvalho,
but nowhere near as good as plenty of other centre halves.
Who?
Virgil van Dijk's not a better centre half than Jaap Stam.
Jaap Stam himself literally said that Virgil van Dijk is a better centre back than me.
How relevant is that?
Well, it's very relevant. Jaap Stam's not going to go out of his way to put himself down.
But I heard Wayne Rooney. I know you do get that.
Yeah.
Simply because one footballer says something doesn't make it accurate.
It's not just one footballer though. It is serially happening across Europe. That there are, Maldini said it. I think we've seen pretty much the whole back line of the legends of the Italian side saying words to that effect. No one ever mentions Ricardo Carvalho in these conversations, and there is a reason why.
You need to watch the Rory Jennings YouTube channel.
Okay,
Talk about it a lot.
The problem is, I do, and it is in your Marvel universe. You're right. In the reality of Virgil van Dijk is probably.
I'm going Van Dijk Terry. Van Dijk Terry. Let's go 3 midfielders.
I'm going to do the honourable thing. Steven Gerrard is in this team.
Okay, cool.
That's honourable. That's
It's-
correct.
And totally.
And correct. 'Cause
And
he's
totally
the best two-way midfielder ever in the Premier League.
Lampard's in. I'm not debating Lampard. Like Lampard is
Can they
just
play
in.
together?
Yeah, I mean they
That's not
can. That's
Yeah.
why Steven Gerrard was trying to sign for Chelsea. Third one is tricky, I think. Not because of there's any Liverpool suggestion. I don't know whether to go Kante
Or Makelele.
or
Or
Fabregas.
Fabregas. I forgot about Fabregas.
So who are you putting forward for Liverpool?
I think I can only put Gerrard in that. Xabi Alonso never peaked at Liverpool. Mascherano, fantastic Liverpool, but never peaked there. Wasn't better than Kante.
Lampard, Gerrard, and Fabregas or Kante.
Let's go with Kante because I used to be an Arsenal fan. Front three now.
Salah's in it.
Yeah.
For me, I think Mane's massively underrated. My problem is in these debates, Bobby Firmino serially gets left out of the team, but I know that you're an appreciator of good football and you're a massive Bobby Firmino fan. Your problem is Didier Drogba sits on your time.
Well, my big problem is Liverpool's version of Torres is one of the best things I've ever seen. Do you remember that link up between Gerrard and Torres?
there
And
was
then
a
obviously Luis Suarez was the best single season. Maybe, I mean, Haaland I suppose did better, but apart from that.
So Suarez is definitely up there. My problem is, I think Bobby Firmino, for me, just had a longer impact.
I
than
loved
Suarez.
it.
Wait, so you're putting Bobby Firmino over Fernando Torres?
Yeah. So
My front three would be Drogba through the middle, Salah on the right, and then
You haven't mentioned Eden Hazard.
Salah, Hazard, Drogba.
From my perspective, I have to go Salah, Drogba, Suarez.
It has to be Suarez
No,
or
Suarez
Drogba,
can,
right?
Suarez can drop inside because you forget Suarez was not always through the middle.
The
And
debate though would be Mane or Hazard. But
Mane is massively underrated.
Hazard is possibly the most natural footballer that I've ever seen.
Did I see Hazard playing football with Chunks?
I saw him playing football with Thogden when he was about 30.
Oh, I'm going Mane.
Yeah.
Just because of the.
Yeah.
Right. No,
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. You want to play football with Thogden when you're 31. Like he was playing football with Thogden at the same age Gianfranco Zola was when we signed him.
But that doesn't take away from what Hazard was doing when he was in the Premier League.
It was amazing.
The reason why Frank Lampard was scoring 30 goals a season was because of Didier Drogba's selflessness. The reason why Chelsea were retaining league titles was because of Didier Drogba's goals and
You say
selflessness.
that about Salah and Mane with Bobby Firmino.
Yeah, agreed, but I think Drogba did it to a better level than Firmino.
Drogba it is. Laurence, you managed to get 6 players in. Rory, you only got 5, which means Laurence gets the point. The score's 1-1 going into the final debate.
It's a robbery. It's a robbery.
What?
It's a
You
robbery.
thought you'd been hard done by?
Massively.
Where?
Why?
Ricardo Carvalho?
Still can't let it go.
Right, and finally the question is, who is the better manager? Jurgen Klopp or Jose Mourinho?
£100 voucher coming my way. I can't lose this one. This is in the bag. You've set me up here.
There's the
This
arrogance.
is
of
a
the
tap
Jose
in.
Mourinho.
This is
fan.
a tap in.
A tap in?
Mate, I've gone round the keeper. I'm
Yeah.
now just looking. I'm just gonna blaze it top corner. I might Rabona it in.
Yeah. Do
This is it, mate. I'm round the keeper.
you remember Fernando Torres?
Oh, yeah.
You are him at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Do you know Jose Mourinho also had some personal contempt at one point for Jurgen Klopp as a manager because he just believed it was all fumes. So this is me arguing for the honour of basically a man that made my life.
We can talk about how good Klopp was. How many league titles?
In his entire career, just in the Premier League,
Premier League.
one.
One.
Well, do you want to give him the slot one?
Oh, sorry, one.
Yeah.
Do you want to continue this? Do you want to?
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Oh, we're just doing trophy counting because that's the way that this works. No, fair play. So how many?
one.
Just as a question, Mourinho, when he won the Champions League with Chelsea, what year was that?
No.
Oh, that's awkward.
No.
Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. You know what Jurgen Klopp also didn't do? Didn't walk out on the club when they needed him most. More than once. Didn't decide. Yeah, got himself sacked. Yeah, Mourinho got sacked because he basically stunk up the place. There were so many times. You know what? Make your argument for your little angry man, and then I'll make an argument for a legend.
Jose Mourinho, if we want to start with Mourinho is in a completely different stratosphere to anything that Jurgen Klopp did. Jurgen Klopp was a very good Liverpool manager and is a legend in Liverpool, and his name rightly will be sung on the Kop forever. But that's it. He's a massive manager with a massive presence in Liverpool. Jose Mourinho transcends football. Jose Mourinho was a manager that came in to the Premier League and he stopped Arsenal, Manchester United winning the league. He had to take on Sir Alex Ferguson when Sir Alex Ferguson was in his pomp. He had to arrive and dethrone the invincible Arsenal team, which he did.
They did a pretty good job of that themselves, but fair play.
Mourinho won the league the season after the Invincibles. The Invincibles were dethroned by Jose Mourinho. He then retained a league, which I think is very important. It's all very well winning one, having the anomaly. Arsene Wenger, one of the best managers, apparently changed the game and he couldn't retain a league title.
Sure.
Mourinho did it. First season, second season, won the league.
How many points? What's the maximum number of
95
points?
points.
95, was that all?
95. Conceded 15 goals, lost one game.
So, you say then that's an incredible amount of points to finish on.
95?
Yeah.
Yeah, huge.
97. Didn't even win it that season.
No.
No.
Ultimately counts for nothing.
Pep Guardiola is the most prolific manager in the modern Premier League era. Sir Alex Ferguson and him don't really exist in the same era, so that's why I'm saying the modern Premier League era. Who was the only manager ever to put that guy to the sword?
To put Guardiola to the sword?
Yeah.
Antonio Conte.
No, it was Jurgen Klopp.
Sorry, I thought Conte pipped into a league as well.
Yeah, but that was in a season where they were not battling in the same way as Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola.
So Jurgen Klopp pipped him to multiple leagues?
He pipped them to one. And
Oh,
then
same
pipped on
amount
the
as
others.
Conte?
Yeah, but if we're just going to do a counting exercise here, guys, is this Sesame Street or are we doing a football debate?
No, same amount as...
I don't need Count Dracula.
Same amount as...
I need...
Oh, no, if we want to look at the continent, I would say that whatever you think Jurgen Klopp has done that's very impressive, Jose Mourinho has done times 10.
Right.
So
if you want to talk about
winning,
influence on football,
winning a Champions League with Porto.
Right.
Winning a treble with Inter Milan.
Jurgen Klopp, for almost a decade, basically stuck with Liverpool through thick and thin, good and bad, reinvigorated the club, didn't do it on nearly the same spend as Jose Mourinho did in either of his eras, and basically made Liverpool the iconic team that it became again.
Mourinho won 2 leagues back-to-back, then comes back a decade later, wins the league again. In the midst of that decade when he left Chelsea, he wins a treble with Inter, bearing in mind that he won the Champions League with Porto in 2004, beating Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United team along the way. His contribution to football, it greatly outweighs. I don't feel like this is a fair comparison.
What about the way he done it? Tactically?
He did it tactically. It's a little bit of a myth. You know this like parking the bus, Jose Mourinho negative football.
Which bit's the myth?
The myth is some of the most pulsating, attractive, exciting football that I've ever seen at Stamford Bridge.
Which is why he was sacked, of
was
course.
played when Duff, Robben, Drogba and Lampard were linking up together.
Yeah, inspired.
All under Jose Mourinho. Smashing 4 goals past Barcelona. Under Jose Mourinho.
If we can reply with Jurgen Klopp, I would say Jurgen Klopp's football and what Jurgen Klopp brought to British football was this intense pressing, the intensity that he reinvigorated in English football. So Klopp brings forward the best in so many of these players.
Jose Mourinho is one of the best things to have ever happened to football in this country.
Yeah,
Jose
he's second to Jurgen
Mourinho.
Klopp.
Jose Mourinho is probably so. Sir Alex Ferguson is the best. Pep Guardiola is now the second best. The debate of the rest, Jose Mourinho is clearly third in that list, and he's clearly got more in common with the 2 above him than the 2 below him. In fact, Klopp isn't even the next manager. If you're doing the best managers in the Premier League era, you go Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Arsene Wenger, then maybe Jurgen Klopp if you want to do.
It's interesting you say that because Pep Guardiola himself names Klopp as the greatest challenge and that Liverpool team that Klopp built as the greatest challenge to the football.
I've heard
that
him
he
say very
ever had.
complimentary things about Mikel Arteta, but I don't believe it.
But you haven't heard him ever say that Mikel Arteta built the best team.
Very
he
complimentary, very, very fearful of Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
I think it's all PR and he's a very clever man, Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, I understand that, but he's never said that Mikel Arteta.
He's always very
built the best team.
complimentary to people that he beats. He wasn't very complimentary to Antonio Conte.
Time! Right, Laurence, Rory, I've got my voucher.
I actually really care now. It's not.
When
I want the voucher, but it's not about the voucher.
So
When he came back,
manipulative.
what did he win?
It's
When he come back?
Machiavellian what
No,
he's doing.
you-
When he come back, what did he win?
He came back.
Yeah.
We win the league and the League Cup in the same season, beating Tottenham in the final of the League Cup.
Oh,
So-
yeah, we've all beaten Tottenham in the final here, mate. Let's just relax
If
about
Klopp
that.
comes
Come on.
back and wins his third foot, what would it be if he came back and won another league? How many would that make it? Oh, it'd make it. So it's 1 now.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Laurence.
How many times have we done that in this debate?
I just want to make sure it's
You can't keep doing it.
And the winner of that fantastic
Specs.
debate goes to Rory.
Yeah,
you're joking.
You've done the right thing.
Unbelievable.
It's an honour.
No, it's
Honour,
Thank you
man.
very much.
So, well,
Thank you very
sorry,
much.
Laurence, man.
Don't know about
What
that.
Yes.
do you plan to do with your voucher?
Mate, I am going to get the most elaborate Chinese meal. This is my go-to. My go-to Chinese. It's going to be spectacular. My missus is going to be over the moon. I can't wait for it. I'll send you a photo of it. Me and my sweet and sour chicken. I'll send you a picture.
Is that what you
I'll
call
send
it?
you a prawn cracker.
Oh, amazing. And people, that was Beefed Up, brought to you by Uber Eats. Thank you, Laurence. Thank you, Rory. And I'll see you soon.